Worship and veneration are not the same thing. Catholics only worship God. We venerate, honor/respect Mary because she carried God made flesh in her womb. She is the Theotokos. Okay? Well, this comes from a video I did where I talked about why the Catholics worship and pray to Mary as well as the other saints. And they don't like that we use the word worship or pray because they know they're only supposed to worship and pray to God. No, regardless of their actions looking exactly the same, they hold to this game of semantics. However, even Pope Francis acknowledges that they do pray to Mary. So we'll get to the worship thing, but let's talk about prayer because that was refuted on the same video too by a lot of Catholics who think that semantic games work. Catechesis on prayer, number 27, praying in communion with Mary. In the 7th paragraph, and I quote, "And so we begin to pray to her," Jesus is not a her, so clearly they're talking to Mary, "using several expressions present in the Gospels directed to her, full of grace, blessed are you among women." Sanctioned by the Council of Ephesus, the title Theotokos, Mother of God, was soon added to the Hail Mary, and analogous as with the Our Father, after the praise we add the supplication, we ask Mary to pray for sinners. He just said, we begin to pray to her, not pray with her. He does say pray with her a lot, and that's kind of what they say. They're using her to get to God. The problem is she's not the mediator. We have one mediator between God and man, and that is Christ the Lord. But he even uses the words, we pray to her. It's in there. Your own Pope says that you pray to Mary. So let's talk about the worship. So when we look up the definition of worship and veneration, there's really no difference in action. The difference that the Catholics bring up was expressed by Joe Hirschmeyer of Catholic Answers. And he says, so why don't Catholics worry that we're worshiping Mary? Because we're not offering her sacrifice. Really? So worship is only worship if there's a sacrifice? How does that work when all throughout the Gospels, see here, people were worshiping Jesus without any sacrifice in their hands? They were doing exactly what Catholics do to Mary and the saints without any kind of sacrifice. You can make the argument that the sacrifice of Jesus allows you to worship him because that counts as your sacrifice, but what about the people who worshiped him before he died on the cross and didn't have some animal to kill in front of him? Clearly, worship is when you honor/respect any being higher than yourself in order to get some kind of supernatural dispensation, which is exactly what they do to the apostles and Mary. They call out to them for favor and blessings and everything that God did in the Bible. And nowhere in the Bible is anyone ever told to reach out to saints or Mary for help. Paul could have done it. James, the brother of John, was the first martyr, only like a month after Jesus ascended. At any time, any writer of the New Testament could have said, yeah, reach out to James, he'll help you out. John outlived Mary. In the gospel, he easily could have pointed out, yeah, we need to reach out to Mary. But no, he didn't. Why? Because we reach out to God alone.